President Julius Maada Bio, together with the Chief Minister of Sierra Leone and then the President of Burkina Faso, or per se in bracket, the junta leader of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, had a successful meeting yesterday in Burkina Faso discussing issues pertaining the return of the Burkina Faso led government, or junta government, to the ECOWAS community, but there hasn't been any tangible response from their side by saying this is what we say and this is what we say. But the truth is, people are making allegations about pertaining the smile of the president of Burkina Faso that there was a fruitful conversation, but yet still we haven't got it from the president nor the people of Burkina. From the president of Sierra Leone, this is what he says from that. I have just completed a highly productive engagement with the president, Ibrahim Traoré. Something fishing is coming up here. How can you call a junta leader president? It doesn't mean that he has endorsed and then accepted that Ibrahim Traoré is a president. Maybe Ibrahim Traoré in Ouagadougou, the capital of Burkina Faso, as a chairperson of the Authority of Heads of State and Government, him describing himself the president of Sierra Leone and the chairman of the ECOWAS elected. I am committed to collaborating with my colleagues to ensure to work with Burkina Faso. Here comes this discussion here, but let me just try to enlighten something a bit here. But President Bio, in your statement and in your presses, and you have never considered to be a president but a junta leader, which is not bad because you are once also a junta leader. But the discussion was fruitful, as you said earlier on. But mind you, collaborating with Burkina Faso, there must be rules. According to him, at first he said he must not work under Bora. That won't work from his side. So if you guys are ready and prepared to make this move to the next level, definitely there will be possibility for you guys to collaborate. But if not, I think it will not work out. He continued by saying, ensure that we work with Burkina Faso as we promote economic prosperity. It is a statement, but we haven't seen the reality in Africa, Sierra Leone to be precise, where you are the president. Yes, there is peace, but there are some amount of development that we haven't seen economic-wise because people are suffering mercilessly. Somebody may want to say we are not the only ones suffering in Africa, but mind you, our own is miserable because why? Our resources and then the abilities we have as our leaders are not being that kind of way we expecting them to be. But this may not disturb this discussion going further. Prosperity in a regional ECOWAS bloc. This bloc has failed us in Africa with no point of regret. I'm saying this. It has failed us. The ECOWAS bloc has failed us, we know. President Bio, this is a good move that you have made because a lot of people have been saying you cannot make it, you cannot meet the president of Burkina. But I know leadership and then engagement with foreign leaders, it's just too common, just like a wealthy man cannot ignore a colleague wealthy person, which is the truth. But here, the issue here is what I'm trying to discuss here with people that may want to be concerned is, how do you see Burkina Faso when they are not under the democratic leadership or neither any under submissive colonial masters? They are working towards developing themselves. Why are you guys forcing them to be part of this ECOWAS community? They have their already, they are blocked, which is a AES, the Shell community. This is what they planning. They are working very hard to have their own bank, so they have their own community built in a way that can encourage foreign guys to come in, and then you cannot only just come in as a foreign person, but you come in as a tourist, and then you'll be buying visas to come into Burkina Faso. Upon seeing this video making waves in the social media yesterday, as you have seen President Bio with the Burkina Faso leaders in the image that I'm showing here, he's having a smiling face and then an encouraging move with the Burkina president. But mind you, this is not what we are seeing for the first time, and we haven't seen this for months or years now with this man called Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, because he's a man that encourages each and every one as an African. He's a Pan-Africanist. He doesn't segregate, neither does he try to keep himself off. The only issue here is now, if the plans and these foreign masters are planning to implement on them, the president of the chairman of ECOWAS is planning to implement them on the Burkina leadership, I think it will not work, because the agenda of this man is not to get himself enriched or just to work as if nothing tangible is being seen or so. But his agenda is to make Burkina Faso the great Burkina of all time, which is what we all are praying for. Burkina Faso is good for now. They are trying their level best. And also, mind you, these things we are seeing, it is not strange. A president coming from Sierra Leone and then going there for peace talks and engagement, economic prosperity. I know you guys that are off Sierra Leone or not in Sierra Leone may ask, is Sierra Leone okay? ECOWAS in the past years have never been selecting leaders that are competent, that are serving their people, or that are serving by example. I don't know how they are selecting them. I don't know if it's by turn or by, I don't know if it's election or selection. Maybe it's election, maybe selection. But the very honest truth is, ECOWAS and the Shell are not to be compared. The Shell has just formed themselves in recent time, but what they have done in their various nations, the junta leadership, is far, far more better than what these ECOWAS have been doing for the past times. Consider this just concluded, just ended, leadership of Ahmad Bola Tinubu, who ruled for 2 years. Nigeria is nothing good to write home about. Now, President Bio is again the leader. Sierra Leone is nothing better to write home about. But if somebody says this, people that are in favor, that are in governance, or people that have people in governance, may think it's just a political assassination or political tarnishing of character. But no, sometimes criticizing political leaders is necessary, because why? If you don't criticize them, they themselves will just feel too competent enough, even when they know they are not doing anything. So this is why sometimes when people come here and criticize, we should not just be frowning at them. At least let's try to understand and learn. And even if we don't learn from all what they say, but let's take the sense from the nonsense and then make it useful.